man.
All right, we got him.
We like to apologize.
For what?
To absolutely no one.
The two-time champ does absolutely fucking nothing.
So,
We locked in. Said we locked
our
in.
main Chafford podcast episode something.
I'm gonna say 276.
Go on. Actually, hold on. Before you do it, that's something we should all start doing before the start of episode. You have to guess what episode number. I'm saying 274. You said 276. Eman, what's your guess?
There's only 274 part 1, part 2. So technically speaking, this is 275, but we've already named that one 275, so this is 276.
This is indeed 276.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, Zerski.
276. Different settings. You already know.
Come on.
Main Chafford podcast episode 276. The real is back. The real is back.
Come
I
on.
am him.
He's him.
Jimmy Neutron. Himmy Neutron. Shouts out even still though. I am Himothy. I am him. The real is back. The real is back. May already said that. If you don't know, do your Googles. Dancing DK. Watch it back. The best member of the DSS. Let's get it cracking.
Cole Sanusi, Don Corleone in the building, the one and only, aka Earl Coolins,
Yes,
aka
sir.
C-Note, aka Hollywood Cole, aka Dog Dad. Coming
Dog
through your
Dad's
left
the best,
ear, your right ear, surround sound, smart speakers, portable speakers, you name it. We there, episode 276. Let's get it.
It's Eman G45, G solid in my name, 45 silent.
Come on.
I'm not even comfortable in my own house.
You don't look comfy in your own ends.
Yeah, because like, bro, I don't know. Give me a pillow.
Give
No,
me
these pillows.
Give me a hug.
I got sweets. Lovely. Yeah, Eman G45, the G solid in my name, 45 silent.
Come on.
Genghis Chibogwe, Prince of the East, Tinfoil Hat Eames.
Yes, sir.
R&B voice is very much present.
Yes,
It is.
sir.
Welcome to my humble abode,
Yes, sir.
the man cave. My God is better than your God.
Oh, God.
Always. Black Mama Dove.
Frr.
Chiam.
Yeah.
Let's get straight to it.
Yeah. Lord knows I want to make Alice suspended the clip, but I just
It's not worth it.
It's not worth the potential backlash.
Where do
But
we-
it is an incredible moment.
Oh, yeah. Hall of Fame tweet.
Oh, what is it again?
I had to share it with you guys. I had
Wow.
to share it with you guys.
How do you even think that's an okay thing to tweet? That's nuts.
I'm going to find it while we
Elon
chat.
Musk, please.
What's Elon saying?
Fantastic
Nothing.
news.
That's the problem.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take a picture of it so we don't lose it. Fantastic news. Alice suspended, finally.
Wow.
Now, for context, everyone, we're not saying we agree with this at all. It was just a tweet that went viral. We found it pretty humorous. Because Elon Musk hasn't regulated X at all.
Not
People
at all.
on there just going wild.
Saying whatever.
And yeah, that's the context of the joke in case you guys want to come after us.
I know freedom of speech is free, but I don't think it should be.
Yeah.
Nah,
No,
you
it's
can't just
consequences.
go around saying whatever you want. You
you
cannot.
Yeah, you can. It's lit.
But there has to be repercussions
Yeah, of
to
course.
saying whatever you want.
Yeah, you can get a punch in the face. I mean,
Someone is gonna punch you in your face.
I'm gone.
yeah. Well.
Well, we've got limited time, and
Should we just get to
so
it?
yeah.
I
Where
think
do
we
you
should
want to
start the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
been
go
a
on,
while, hasn't
go
it?
on.
Because
And we
it's the Super
didn't.
Bowl.
We recorded the day before,
We did.
so we should probably touch on it quickly.
Phenomenal performance.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah. You know what? I would say it's not a case that I was expecting something a bit more grand.
Daddy Live HD is crazy.
I didn't want to say it as he was typing it in. Daddy live.
Daddy Live HD is crazy.
Wow.
We're trying to find a link for the boxing in case you guys aren't watching this. But yeah, sorry, you were saying
so,
you enjoyed the good performance, phenomenal performance.
Yeah. However, I was expecting like something very grand, based on the information on what Day 3 was speaking about in terms of PG Lang being pieces, dropping pieces of art that will last, that will have conversations for the next 100 years. New Orleans. I would say it was a bit more. There was elements where I felt like Nah. Take that part out.
What? As in your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it was just it was a thought I was gonna say, but we'll probably expand on it a bit more. But ultimately, I think I thought it was gonna bring out like the New Orleans flavor, like you know how they have like the jazz bands and stuff like that. I thought it was gonna do all of that and then make it super cultural. But I think the first Super Bowl that has like a storyline, whereas other Super Bowls have just been hits.
Yeah.
So I think it was amazing for what he did, and I really enjoyed it.
I don't know if I would use the word amazing, but I thought it was good. I feel like it was a real misstep with the set list though. I don't know. He's now got 100 million listeners on Spotify, so maybe that was all part of the plan. Make them go to the new stuff. If you look at the impact it's had on the charts, most of the stuff that's charting is the stuff that he performed. But I don't know, for someone who's got a catalogue as deep as his, I just feel like there was certain missed opportunities. Of course, he performed Humble. You couldn't get away from that. I didn't even know that was double diamond, so it's 2 times diamond. So he's got a big hit.
2 times.
He performed DNA, which is possibly my favorite song by him. So listen, I got the things from it I wanted, but I'm not surprised at. I don't want to say backlash, but some of the.
I think it's been a mixed reaction.
I would say it's
overall
mixed.
Anyway.
Yeah, I would say it's been mixed. And I could understand people who have said they didn't like it or worst Super Bowl of all time. Just because I enjoyed it, it's a difficult one to defend. He's not given me a lot of grounds to defend him on as well. I can't really. I'm going to enjoy it because I'm Kendrick's target audience. When Kendrick goes into the stew, he's thinking of people like me that walk my life. But I get it. When you're on the Super Bowl, that's possibly one of the biggest stages in the world.
And you only get a chance to do it once. Really.
Yeah, I feel like he's
done it twice, but anyway.
Yeah, I feel like he forgot about that middle of the road. Sometimes I listen to rap sort of people. And I don't like this narrative that we have when people are like, oh, you just aren't getting it. Fam, the underlying themes he tried to do are sick, but I think he could have made more. It would have been more poignant if he'd really gone in with his hits and tried to stick the landing.
Yeah, fair. Because I think you could do both. And I think he kind of opted not to. So I guess if I start from the beginning, overall I enjoyed it and I thought it was good. I have similar gripes to you because I do think there was a time and place for him to do certain songs. And there were, for example, I didn't really care for him to do Man at the Garden.
No, that was such an odd choice.
As much as I love Euphoria, and I was like, oh, right, he's doing it.
Yeah.
That part of the song wasn't needed. I feel like, and the bits which I liked the Samuel Jackson narrative, I liked the visual and everything, and I liked the message he was trying to portray, but I feel like he should have leaned in a bit more and been like, the points where he was like, doing the typical hits where Samuel Jackson's like, yeah, this is good, this is palatable. He should have just done the songs. He should have done All Right. He should have done Swimming Pools.
But that's the is it like his music is almost too scary? Because
you can do All Right. I think All Right
I don't know, but
cultural...
I think
he's done All Right in the last Super Bowl.
is it?
Yeah, it's one of his big. It's like it's his most impactful song, I think.
That's the point. I'm like, these are missed opportunities to tell the story that you want to tell about whatever relationship you have with America. I just feel like it was missed.
And that's why I feel like he should have done All Right. He should have done 1 or 2 songs. He should have done Money Trees. And I think I didn't really love the fact that it kind of shied away from that, and it was more about 2024 Kendrick. And I know everybody loves 2024 Kendrick. I think he did a phenomenal job that year, but I just think there's more to him as an artist than just that year. So the reason why I listed those songs is I would have happily done without them. Now, I'm saying all of this, I think Peekaboo was the most iconic bit of the whole of the whole
How
thing.
can you pop up just Think of it.
That was the most iconic bit of the whole thing. And we've been championing that song since it came out. We were like, that's one of the best songs on there. But people didn't catch on to it at the time because it was just a throwaway song on the album. But if you listen to him, it's the most obscure song on there, but it still has that West Coast bump.
Exactly.
And the choreography was perfect. The fact that it popped up on camera was perfect. I just felt like that for me was the highlight of the whole thing. Where it loses me a bit, and I'm glad he didn't not like us, and I'm glad that he performed it the way he did. I didn't love the alluding to it bit where it was like, but them boys loved. I get it. I'm like, brother, just do it. Fuck all that. And then Serena being there as well. I was just like, you man are.
But this is what I'm saying.
It's a bit too much.
This is the art of war. Have you?
I know they want to crash on him, and everyone wants to crash it on him. But I just didn't want it to be the Drake thing. You're not.
Yeah.
That was a point I wanted to make, but it was just like, I don't know if I should say it, but I felt like, yes, make the point. Do not like us.
Yeah, do it.
And then make sure that it's known.
I love the fact that it looks at the camera.
Yeah.
But
that whole
good
part
stuff.
is perfect.
Good stuff.
And then the way it goes into TV off.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize what he was saying on TV off. Walk up in New Orleans with the Elika of LA saying must. I didn't put two and two together.
Course,
that is sick. You are him. To put that in with the foresight that this is what's gonna happen in the next few months of my life, and this is how I'm gonna end it. And then the ending of the show, the song is turn the TV off, and then what's it? Apparently the viewership dropped by like something ridiculous. I'm gonna put a number at like 50 million. That's cold.
Because people wanted to see Kendrick.
Yeah, of course. Like
what he managed to achieve, it's just frustrating because I feel like there was missed opportunities there, and it could have been better. I just think the set list was so weird, and I get it. I get people being like, "Wow, this is boring," because some of them stuff. If you're not a fan of him, I get if you're not gonna rock with it.
Even the we all love that first song, that intro that he's been teasing for a minute.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be at the Super Bowl. I can't lie. It actually just shouldn't.
To start you've already put yourself on the back foot because.
It was cold. People running out of the car. I can't lie. That was cold. Yeah. But I just didn't need to hear that there. I just didn't. I really didn't.
I just feel, but that is such a. It's not even an actual song that people can go and listen to.
Exactly my point.
It's such a rare snippet that even I'm like, oh yeah, that's sick. I really wanted more of that, but this ain't the place to give more of that.
Yeah. My other complaint was SZA.
Yeah.
I really was disappointed by that.
She's not. I mean, I've heard stuff about her live for a minute now.
She's not that bad live. I've seen her a few times, but she was lip singing the whole time fully. Like it wasn't even.
Wasn't, but I'm not gonna.
Well, you don't think she was?
Apparently she wasn't, but at the same time, it looks like she was.
Bro, that is one of the most egregious attempts of lip singing I've ever seen in my life.
Wow!
And because I've seen it live before, and you can tell when someone's voice is in there and out because it doesn't sound perfect. It sounded too perfect.
I see.
She's not singing there. I don't mind that to an extent, but when you're like throwing yourself back and you're like. Your voice is exactly the same. It's now painful. Now you're taking me for a mug.
I see. Yeah. Because there's no.
You're not even trying to sell it to me. And on top of that, I actually thought that they would at least give her one or two of her songs.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Yeah.
That would have helped to break it up more as well, and I guess add to more.
Because when they did All the Stars, I thought it was fine, but that song's very slow.
It really sucked the life out of the show in my opinion. I don't look. People, if you enjoyed Luther, I'm happy for you, but I don't think that's a good enough song to be there. I hear. You know what? There's a lot of people that have that opinion. I just think for me, I didn't vibe with it.
Yeah, agree to disagree. I think I understand why it was there. But I do think they missed opportunity not giving SZA more time to perform. But I think overall, like I watched it back a couple days after, so let it marinate, and I did enjoy it. Like I think it's a decent performance, but I think overall there were a few things that I just didn't rock with. I didn't love the Drake element that was pushed to the extent that it was, and I think there was a missed opportunity to give Kendrick just more of his hits to get them off in a succinct way, and Scissor as well.
Yeah. I know they said the thing.
And like in terms of a set list, I thought Whacked Out Murals will probably be the first one with the lady singing like as an intro. So then that would have.
I don't even think that's where you should start. Like, it's a real missed opportunity. Again, it's not a popular enough song. You want to hit the ground running. I just don't feel like he gave himself the opportunity to do that. I'm just so interested in as to why they went the direction they did with the set list. I know that he spoke to Ebro and he said to them he's not on performing his old stuff, but this is where you perform your old stuff. It's hits on hits on hits.
Yeah, I think also with like the pop out, I don't think people wanted to see another pop out.
No, I'm not. I heard that opinion. I don't think that's.
To be fair, I can understand that, and then someone would just turn around and say, "Well, if this is what he's gonna do, then, you know, like." But like I said, I'm happy with what came out, but I would say I was underwhelmed because I was just like, I was expecting a lot more.
Yeah, fair
enough. And like everybody else, they're expecting hits on hits on hits.
It's still iconic. He's still doing things like he's having one of those generational runs, and I think it's one of like you were saying the other day, it's another like star to add to like his incredible year. And I wouldn't. This doesn't change anything. It still makes him, if anything, look, he's gone back number one across the UK, US.
He did what he needed to do,
and now he's beginning to climb internationally. Yeah. So you're seeing that tail end of people like, oh, like who's this Kendrick guy, and wherever else in the world. So it's done its job.
People are now dancing to him. Like they're doing the dance.
Peekaboo's now a big song because of just that one iconic moment. Like that's all it takes. Yeah, so man. I think if you look at it holistically, job well done. But you're right, as far as like performance and everything that could have happened, maybe it was slightly underwhelming. But
either way, if I'm him and I'm in his camp, it did what it needed to do. He's now on 100 million monthly listeners. He's got 3 songs in the top 10. Or he's got the first 3 songs, in the top 10 of the charts. It's I know, I guess kind of segues into another topic, but it is the greatest year I've ever seen. I'm even at a point where I'm like, I don't even know if I can just say for a rapper, for an artist. I don't think we've ever.
I wholeheartly disagree.
I honestly,
when I saw that message, I was reading it and I had to read it for a few minutes. I was like, nah, you're bugging, bro.
I don't see the people you compared to. What are we? Several number 1 singles, number 1 album.
For hip hop, yes, but not for artist.
I think. Look at the stuff he's achieved. I can't think of something
it is a generational. It's a generational run. I'm not going to deny that. Hip hop wise, best we've seen in how long? Maybe in the last 10 years, definitely. But we need to apply context to the people that I put in that chat. I didn't even put Eminem in there because I can't be asked to have that conversation. That guy was bigger than. I'm just saying life itself. I'm going off a single calendar year. What's it? I saw the other day, Like That came out May 4th, I want to say.
No, March.
Was it March?
Yeah, it was March.
Okay, March 4th. Oh yeah, because most of the beef was in May. Yeah, thank you.
March, April, then May.
Yeah.
Then Juneteenth.
So even let's say March.
Then July 4th.
Yeah, he was cooking. Let's say this incredible year starts from March.
Okay.
Like That dropped.
Okay.
Number 1 single. Cultural impact everywhere. On an album that goes number 1, and you can say arguably that single had a lot to do with it. Cool. You take out your biggest nemesis convincingly as well, to the point that it's not even not even a joke.
Agreed on that.
Drop arguably one of, if not the greatest diss track of all time. That song is ringing off everywhere. So much so that your opponent now is suing his label. Then we get to then it's announced that you'll be performing at the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl announcement is clean and it's incredible.
No, first it goes diss track, collage of diss tracks. He wins the battle.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Then there's Juneteenth. Then there is.
I'm even forgetting the video.
Then there's a video on July 4th. Then there is the announcement for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Then he drops an album. Then he's suing. the labels.
Number 1 album, by the way.
Yeah. And then fast forward now.
He got 5 Grammys. He swept.
5 Grammys. Then the next week, you go perform at the Super Bowl. Then you collect more accolades.
Yeah.
And
I can't think of anyone that compares in a single year.
Of course you can, bro.
I don't
like think about
I know.
Let me give you context then. Let me help you. Let's talk about 50 Cent.
Okay.
He got shot at, bro. I don't know when he got shot at, but he got shot at.
Lit up like a
biggest album, 1.2 million first week, whatever stupid the number that is. G-Unit shoes, G-Unit games.
I'm not saying
games.
I'm just talking about
games.
We're talking about kids in the street with. I'm just talking about impact, and I know what you're saying, but I'm just giving you a counter argument because I truly believe that what Kendrick is doing right now is generational, and he will sit on this table. But I refuse to believe that this is a bigger moment in the scale of things compared with when you apply context to the other people who have happened. It's on the same table. You could argue 1, 2, whatever, but to say it's clear that, brother, if my like fucking uncle from like Nigeria is singing to me in the club, like I'm like if I ask about it, Not Like Us, it's gonna be like, what's Not Like Us?
Yeah.
I'm just saying on a. How can I put it? How can I say this? I know what you're trying to say as far as he's crossed every T and dotted every I.
That's yeah.
But I'm just saying as far as like impact, I don't think it's as big as you might think it is. I've seen bigger artists have bigger years than the Kendrick Lamar year that he's had. And if you look at it within context, and I'm not gonna start rubbing things out bit by bit, but like the Grammy thing is great, but when has there ever been a diss track that's won a Grammy ever? No, it's never happened before.
Never happened.
And I'm not saying it's because and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. He does, but I'm just saying let's give it context. Kendrick Lamar so happened to have the Super Bowl this year. When has a rapper had a Super Bowl before this?
Never.
So
I'm not saying that it's. I'm trying to explain it in a way where I'm not trying to rub out Kendrick because I feel like I do this every time I'm on here and I'm a big fan of his. But I just think there's one thing where you're like the impact is happening, but there's another impact. There's another like legacy where it's like things are being given to you because of what it's about. People don't like Drake, bro.
Oh,
yeah. So if that song doesn't come out, or if Kendrick just has a normal year, like. It doesn't have to. I can't really put this into words. I'm not arguing with you very well. Drake, for example, 2016 Drake. Look me in the eye and tell me that the impact of views is any bigger than how you're feeling about GNX and Kendrick as a commodity right now. It's not the same, bro.
I don't know.
It's not the same.
Even if I'm just looking at Not Like Us alone,
it's not the same.
It's incredible. I know what
One
you're saying.
Dance destroyed the UK charts, bro.
I'm not saying
it broke the system. I'm trying to explain to you how big a year Drake had in 2016. The charts don't work. So this is how it works, yeah. In the charts, you can before One Dance came out, before Views came out, when you dropped an album, everything charts.
Yeah.
Views came out and everything charted for 15 weeks, and One Dance was number 1 for 16, whatever stupid amount of weeks. They had to change the system in order for people to allow their songs to chart. So they said you're limited to 3 songs per album. That's the reason why Kendrick's songs can't go into the charts off of GNX. You're only limited to 3 songs, because otherwise the charts get cooked. Yeah, exactly.
Forever.
But it's because of what Drake did before streaming was even as big as it was now.
Damn.
Kanye West in 2008.
Yeah.
Fashion. Fucking and the fashion wasn't even fashioning as it was in 2013, bro.
It wasn't.
Graduation was the biggest album. Stronger was the biggest song since Sliced Bread. He won the Grammy for it.
It was fashioning, bro.
What did he
because of the
win?
glasses.
Was it
Remember the
Rock of the
glasses, bro? They were selling the glasses everywhere. Primark on the street.
He won a Grammy
glasses.
for Graduation itself won best what's it called? Best album.
Did
I
he?
think best rap album, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Not
yeah,
best
yeah.
like album, but
And never
I'm just
given
saying
that to
I
me.
just think I understand what you're saying, but to say that it's clear of those years, personally, I am actually not hearing it.
You know, it's up there. It's up there.
It's up there for sure, but clear? Drake destroyed Meek in 2015. Do you remember what happened in 2015 to 2016 for Drake? Destroyed Meek. Drop If You Read This Is Too Late. Drop What Time to Be Alive. Dropped his biggest album. Dropped One Dance. Dropped Hotline Bling.
He didn't even destroy Meek. He just destroyed the perception of Meek.
Well, yes, exactly. He didn't even...
Because all he did, he just gave a response. Trigger fingers turned into Twitter fingers. That was probably the most noticeable bar there was from that point. And then we have the next one back to back. When he dropped back to back, it was just like, really? You're letting this soft, vulnerable guy do you twice. Pause.
Yeah.
And then from there, the memes.
Generational run.
I hear it. I don't think.
It is.
Their year's mirror. But even if you want to do that, who Drake knocked off? The person that Kendrick knocked off is a bigger artist. So if you want to go that route, I hear it with if you're reading This Is Too Late, but GNX really has had an impact, and he's got a single that's had crazy impact.
I agree, but I just don't feel like
246 this week. That's crazy.
I just don't feel like it's bigger, and I
actually don't see. This is a really interesting debate because I actually don't see how you can't think.
I can see it with my own two eyes. That's how I see it. I don't, and I'm not. You know, we talk like this all the time anyway. But I'm just saying, like, I just think. It is a great moment. It is one of the greatest moments in hip hop history, definitely. But I don't want to be a prisoner to the moment and not allow myself to realize and look at it holistically and think and see that there's been years like this that have happened.
No, yeah.
And if you apply context to how it's happened, it's pretty hard to say it's the biggest ever.
And
for me, anyway.
Platinum as well.
Crazy. I don't know.
For me, it's hard for me to say that this is the biggest or it's the best year of a rap artist ever. I think it's very tough to say because I think I could argue Kendrick's had better years than this. I could.
What
Pimp Butterfly is regarded as one of the best albums of all time ever. He had a great 2015.
Every year,
2017, he had an incredible year. He had Humble went number one. He had his biggest first week sales. He sold out tours. He was the biggest rap artist of that year. Period. Drake dropped that year. He outsold him. Period.
Yeah, I think that
he won a Pulitzer Prize, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, they can keep bringing that up, but I don't know.
I think because Damn was an album for the world to enjoy, and same thing with GNX. It's for the world to enjoy, but listen, bro. Crazy.
I'm working off recency bias, so I really am trying to.
I could be wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong.
I'm really trying to take my mind out of being in this year, but I don't feel like I feel like I've never seen anything like this. In terms of just, I think you're really strong on the cultural impact, whereas my argument is a little less on the cultural impact. Like, I think the people you've mentioned probably have had a bigger impact, but I'm just talking about what the music has done for him, as in off the music alone. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
What do you mean? As in, like, it's changed where his standings is?
100%.
I don't think so, bro. I think people have been little broing him a little bit. I don't think people realize how big of an artist he was before this. I know it helped him
I don't even feel that way. I knew he was a big artist. Even that mindset that people had of him maybe not being as big baffled me. He's a rapper who's also in that element where you kind of tip into being a pop star because you are such a big act. So I never bought into that. I knew I always felt with the right circumstances, he was capable of having a year like this. It just hadn't manifested before. But this is unprecedented.
Do you know what I will say? I'll say this. This is my closing argument on this. I think Kendrick still has an incredible year the way it's happened if the beef doesn't happen, you know. I do. Because I think people are, I don't know, like, what I'll say is before this he won Grammys. Before this he had number one singles. Okay, Mr. Morale didn't fully do what it was supposed to do. Maybe it did, I don't know. But from like a impact perspective, I just think Kendrick is so well liked and so well acclaimed, I think the reason, I don't want to do this, but the reason why this has been so heralded is because he took Drake's head off.
Yeah, but that's not a little thing.
But that's my point. Hang on, wait. But that's my point. 50 Cent had a year the way he had it without really taking anyone's head off.
Yeah, but
Drake had a year that, okay, the Meek thing, great, that's cool. Yeah. But it wasn't the reason why he propelled.
Yeah.
If Not Like Us doesn't come out, none of this happens like this.
I know, but it's the circumstances. I can only go off of the information I have. Now, you have actually raised a really good point in that certain artists haven't had to take someone's head off to do it, but I cannot ignore.
He took the guy's head off that everyone wanted his head to come off. And that's why everyone loves him for it.
That's incredible. That is incredible.
Even like that would have still, I think like that probably would have won.
Like that is an incredible record.
It still would have won a Grammy. It still would have won a Grammy.
It really got lost in the shuffle, but that is a great
Listen,
song.
I'm gonna go see Kendrick Lamar in a few months, yeah? So nobody take this as if I'm trying to hate on my man. I'm a massive fan of this guy.
Yeah.
But I also love hip hop too. So I'm here to argue and I'm here to have the conversation, you know.
Because I completely agree with you.
Are him and Finn gonna be in the country at the same time? Or am I bugging?
I think there's overlap, but what does that matter? Unless he wants to walk to the Tottenham Stadium and cause a fight. I don't know what's that gonna do. But no, when you brought it up, it was a really good question, like statement, and made me really think about things. And I was just thinking about 50 and his inception. I was thinking about Kanye and what he done between, I guess, from 2003 to 2013, if you really want to keep it a buck. Then the Wayne thing, but the Wayne thing maybe not as international, but US definitely. And then the Drake thing.
Yeah.
M as well, but obviously there's no point doing that because that becomes a pop conversation. But it's one of the best years in hip hop, no question, no doubt about it.
One of the best years when hip hop apparently was
for him anyway. For him, I think as a genre, I don't want to go conspiracy theorist bag, but that's a different conversation. But for an individual. We've not seen a year like this for a long time, and we might not see it again for a long time.
The beef is really masking how bad the state is, because it looks like we're still charting and whatnot, but
if you look at the percentage of who is charting, it's just established acts. It's just Future, him, and Tyler. All the new girls that are doing well and they're making good music, it's not really like living long enough. Like Glorilla had a great year, but if you look at how much money or the real impact of it, it's not as much as it should be. Doechii is now getting the after effect of it.
Yeah.
But the people who have been working hard for it, it's not really showing. So that's a whole different thing. I was going to bring up, I guess we should talk about the Drake album since we're on this topic anyway.
I thought the Drake album, the Drake album is actually a decent album if every song released individually.
How? What?
I can't hear it, you know?
What do you mean?
I think every single song on that album is alright. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's okay. It's like 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
that's it.
Thinking the same.
If the songs release individually, like you just throw away one week, throw away another week, like those songs, like they're all cool. As an album, nah. Yeah,
really?
I wasn't feeling it.
Oh, fair enough.
There was only, I think most people were not feeling the 2 tracks that I'm really feeling the most.
God, which ones?
Which is Nokia and
Nokia's.
People like it. Nokia definitely. Meet your padre.
I really, do you know what we were saying in the car?
Meet your madre. Meet your madre.
Everybody.
That's my song. I don't care because people were like, "Oh, this song's work." Oh, what is you doing? I was like, "Bro, I'm really feeling this song."
He said. What is it? I'll take you to the booby trapper. I said, alright, cool, let's get cracking.
He's back.
I'll take you to the booby trapper. He's a clown.
He's fucking insane, man.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what, I think it's a good project still. I just don't, I think I was telling Demi in the car, the middle bit.
Yeah.
He does this, he keeps doing this thing. So for example, Honestly Never Mind, yeah? Seamless.
Yes.
And then he puts on Jimmy Cooks. Now, Jimmy Cooks is a good song.
But it doesn't need to be there.
But it should not be on this project.
It should never be there.
There's like 3 or 4 songs in the middle part of this project. I'm like, I don't mind the songs, but they shouldn't be on here.
Do you know what it is? He doesn't trust his listeners.
He needs to just do it, man.
because I see what you're saying is it was really R&B heavy, and they were being true to their word, and then there's that middle bit where he starts rapping. I love Give Me a Hug, but it's out of place.
Onwards, up until like there's a certain song, you're right. After that, it's like these are good songs, but they should not be on here, man. It ruins the vibe. I don't know what I'm listening to. All of a sudden,
I hear that.
It takes me out of it.
I personally prefer Jake rapping. Always have.
Yeah. That goes without saying.
And I hear what you're saying, because they really were being true to this is going to be an R&B sounding album, and all of a sudden this man's talking about Shorty's put Charlie up her nose, X on her tongue, she had a brat summer. I'm like, brother, come on. What? Why are we rapping here of all places? This ain't the time for it. And Give Me a Hug is cool. In fact, it's fantastic. I don't know why I said it's cool. It's a fantastic song, but I'm with you. It does sound out of place, and then the album kind of finds its footing again, and I think that's why I enjoy Your Padre, because at that point the album finds itself again, in my opinion.
And then Nokia. Alright, cool.
Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that? Yeah, that's one of his best performances in a while.
I think Nokia was almost, to me, it sounds like a response to GNX in the genre and the style, not necessarily the lyrics or the content of it. It was just like, because it's very similar.
I wouldn't say it sounds West Coast. If anything,
not West Coast, just the time. Like, for example, you could almost put GNX at a time period with, and then Nokia would just match that time period. Do you get what I'm saying?
Maybe. I'm gonna have to say I disagree, but I hear it.
Still, yeah.
I enjoyed it, but my problems with this man continue to be the same, and I'm even a bit like, I don't know how much more I can really listen to his music.
As a man and as a character, we need you to kind of show some
this was
sort
cool
of growth.
When I was 25, but I'm changing.
You're a big man now.
Yeah. My idea of a good time now is being at home with my girl, watching TV. Like, I'm not in the clubs like that. Neither are you. You shouldn't be either. You're 38. We've said this countless times, but he needs to grow up with us.
He's Peter Pan, bro.
It's not a look.
We said this a while ago.
But why is Ye able to do that, but Drake can't?
What do you mean?
I want them both to grow up. I don't want you to be talking about I miss you girls, come give me a hug. The fact you can name, like, what are we talking about, bro?
No, like,
you just came off. Tell me how you really feel. I would have respected that more.
I feel like somebody like Ye expressed this. He said, I don't want to be in a place and a time where I'm 40 talking about exactly what Drake is talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
but
it just doesn't feel real. To a certain
extent, like I said, Honestly Nevermind is an instant classic, because he's basically saying everything, but sonically it just sounds perfect on the album.
Is he saying? I'm talking about.
He's saying exactly the same thing.
What I'm saying, I want from him, because for me, sonically, it's not going to get any better. You work with the best producers. If you use those ghostwriters, you're working with the best writers. You're going to continue to have hits. But what's missing is, I don't know this brother anymore. Like, please.
This is the best metaphor ever. Yeah. When he first hit the block, he was selling cocaine like mad. Now he has to chop up. He has to keep chopping it up.
Yeah.
The supply is just gone, and now he just has to keep chopping up the
break. I wasn't sure if you were going to land with that.
Because first it was pure. Now it's just you're giving me 25% grade. Yeah. It's not pure.
It's not.
It's been that way for a while.
Don't do drugs.
It has been.
It's been that way for a while.
For a minute.
His projects have the same criticisms, man. Like, we've been saying this for a minute. We feel like
it's still coke. But
it's still good, but like, it's good, but it's just not enough. Like, it's the same old subject matter, the same grievances. Like, the album is too long, too many songs, too many similar songs. You're talking about the same shit, but you're still good at making music.
Yeah.
So I think the next project,
He really
Which
needs...
is probably going to be the same shit we've been talking about the last 3 or 4 Drake projects, but he really needs to give us something different, bro.
He has to. He shouldn't... Like, you just come off the worst year of your life. Like, tell us how that felt.
But I would have respected him even if he didn't do that, and even if he just made a cohesive project, R&B project with Party with no bullshit on there.
Yeah.
I would have respected that more, because at least you're giving us what you said you're going to give us.
Well, that's why I was like, you know what? It comes alive when I feel like he's almost not adhering to the pressures. That's why Nokia is so fun,
Because he's just being Drake again.
Yeah, it's just fun.
And the thing is, you can't buy that ability. There's not many artists that can do that. That's why I think he will never die, man. Because as long as he's able to tap into like that thing where no one else can get into, there's only so many artists alive that can do that. And if he needs to get back to just having fun and allowing himself to be introspective enough to give us a good body of work again. But we'll see.
Talking about the aspect of like he's just talking the same stuff, he's doing the same thing. He needs to leave Party Next Door alone.
Like you said with the Stony.
Yeah. Get the badge in.
Yeah, that's another thing actually. Because Party was barely on this, bruv.
Yeah.
I feel like he was barely on
That's
this.
not the point I'm making, but it is a point that is to be made.
He was
and
barely
to be
on
known.
it, bruv.
It's just that
Don't kill me.
like every song that we have Drake singing, you can almost tell who the writer is, and I just feel like Party Next Door has just been there from the get-go. Yes, it's been great, but at this point, let him go. Just let him do his own thing, and don't really take anything from him to include in your own projects. Just do your own projects, because at this point in time, I just hear Party Next Door every time he's singing.
You think?
Yeah, like a ghostwriter. Like I'm just hearing Party
I would
Next Door.
actually say the opposite. I feel like Party was not infused for this.
And that's another thing as well, because you're almost like, some of the tracks that Party is doing is great, but then it's almost like, this song might have just been for Drake, but he never really took it like that.
Deeper.
And then
incredible.
That was a good song as well. It's just I just feel like he should just leave him alone.
There's some cold songs on there though.
Yeah, Crying in Chanel's second half could have been generational if they'd expanded on that idea.
Yeah, Crying in shit. Yeah, and then now you said Party's barely on this album.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, that was one of my criticisms.
I'm interested to see what the percentage is of Party being on the album. It's sad, man. It's not the way it should be going at all. But I feel like Drake was in a spot. The only way he could really release, because when he releases that solo album, UMG are going to do if they're not cool or on terms by that point, they're going to do everything to brick it.
No, they need to make money.
they're not going to brick it.
They need to make money. Yeah. They need to make money.
If Drake makes money, they make money. There's no reason for them to brick it.
We'll see.
There's literally no reason for
the
them
reason
to brick
I feel like this was the only way for him to release. I don't feel like Party's on music like that. It's not. I don't think it's his priority. But it was the only way for him to release. So Party had to be scattered across the album.
We'll get a Drake project. That is one thing you can guarantee. Where it will be, not sure. And if it's under
Honestly, never mind
if it's under
part two,
UMG,
man.
don't be surprised. Do not be surprised.
If it's not under UMG.
If it is under UMG, don't be surprised. And if it isn't, also don't be surprised. The artists at that big of a magnitude, you can't really stop them from putting stuff out. Like, I don't want to use them as an example, but look at Kanye West. Like, you're gonna get music from Drake, but we just don't know where and how. And if it's UMG, just know they'll be eaten regardless. So whoever puts Drake's next product out is gonna get money. So
You know what the
it's like,
is that Drake has done this for all this time, and now rap beef has put him in a place where it's just like, are you really even that good? It's crazy.
I don't have that in a debate with myself. I know he's an extremely talented individual, but maybe not. Are you really that good? But
like, what are you gonna sell next? Like I said, the coke is bad, bro.
what, as in like sales wise, or just in general?
No, just in
like
general.
what are you gonna give us?
I don't think he has anything to say.
What content? What type of genres are you gonna give?
He's gonna be in his spiteful
Are you
bag,
really gonna
for
be?
sure. Bitter, spiteful back. Might actually do him some good. Might actually give him something to rap
that's
about.
what I was hoping.
We got that on the side A on Scorpion.
I really need that aggression.
He was aggressive on that. Because fuming went to go get the Mob Ties. What's it called? Reference track.
Boring.
And it sounded hard as bricks.
Yeah,
I'm
it
telling
did.
you, the next Drake project might be good. You know, This might actually give him something
That's
to talk
what I'm
about.
saying. Yes, it needs to be amazing.
He needs ops. When he doesn't have ops, he gives us CLB. Dead.
Yeah.
This might work.
I don't know.
I'm like,
It's true, you know. You had the ops for views time.
I'm quietly optimistic about this next Drake project. But again, I also don't think we're gonna get what we want, where it's gonna be concise and it's not gonna be.
He needs
about
to
the
give
same
that a
subject
go.
matter. It's
I
not
don't
gonna
think
happen.
he realizes the amount of success that is behind putting together concise and almost trying to attempt to create a masterpiece.
I think he just needs to do. He needs to do a West Side Gun.
I was just about to say.
Yeah,
I was
he needs to
drop 3 albums this year. Just
I don't know about
bang, bang. No, but like just
flood the streets.
Just flood
he
the
got
streets.
Cooked. That uppercut had him.
Was it enough? I thought it was a headbutt. I can't lie.
I don't know if it's the camera in the way where I'm.
Honestly, I don't understand
But that
this.
looked crazy.
Being a boxer is insane to me.
The album done good numbers though.
250, we'll take
250
it.
is good. I was saying I think Drake's next project. I was saying minimum 200, but the fact I did 250 as an R&B project,
yeah,
that's impressive, man. That's impressive.
First,
We'll see what Drake. We'll get a project this year. I think.
1000%.
I think we'll get a project. Should we talk Captain America and then wrap this?
Yeah.
Have you man seen it?
Yeah.
I haven't, but go ahead.
Good.
He's black.
I don't know what you man are. I don't know what's going on with you lot that are reviewing films. It was fine. It was fine film I'd ever seen. It was a definition of like mid, not in a negative sense that we've come to know it as, but it was just. And the MCU has these type of films.
What Brave Midworld?
Brave Middle World is crazy.
I thought it was alright.
It was fine.
It wasn't perfect, but I enjoyed it, and I think the main thing I was hoping and I was worried about was Anthony Mackie not living up to that billing, and I think he done very, very well.
Yeah.
And there's times where I've watched him stuff and I'm like, I'm not hearing it, but in this movie I was hearing it.
Well, as in you've seen him as Falcon and not heard it.
No, as in like when he's the main guy in a movie,
Oh, okay.
I don't really get main guy energy from him. Sometimes, depending on the movie. I watched this show called something Carbon something. It was a
Altered
Netflix
Carbon.
song. Yes.
Yeah.
I just wasn't hearing it as him being the main character. But to be fair to him, they changed the main character's skin in the show and
Yeah.
made him someone else.
Yeah.
And I wasn't feeling it when it was Anthony Mackie. Now in this movie, he played Cap well in my opinion. And even like watching the interviews and seeing how he's been, like he's just owning it. And I'm really happy for him. He deserved this moment.
Okay.
And as far as like plot points and everything, I won't spoil too much, but I think for the most part, it's a serviceable movie. It's not the best MCU movie, and it's definitely not the worst.
No,
like,
not
it's better
really.
than Quantumania. I'd
Well,
say.
it's not even in that realm. It's miles above it.
yeah.
It's in. I put this on the same sort of level the way I feel about Captain America: The First Avenger.
Okay, fair enough.
Like it's
Just serviceable.
yeah, like it'll keep the story moving. They are. Do you know what? And I respect it because it wrapped up a lot of loose threads within the MCU that people may have had
Yeah.
questions of.
Yeah.
It answered-
So what's happening with the man in the hand in the head in
in the middle of the ocean.
Is it Timu?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's happening?
But they're saying that they're trying to mine it, and it's got adamantium. Adamantium? Yeah. So it has resources. Basically, spoilerish, but Japan and the US are beefing over it, and that's really where a lot of the conflict comes from.
Japan and the United States.
Yeah.
Wow, they avoided that. They avoided mentioning China, but okay.
What was I gonna say?
Because who's more powerful?
They wanted that girl to be. So there's a secondary character. They wanted that girl to be IDF. I said, wow.
They're really going for it.
They would have ended it. Even Storms, he's in trouble. He's in trouble.
Storms.
Yeah.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
McDonough.
He's in trouble.
Yeah,
I don't know how they thought that was a good idea.
People are not happy about that one at all.
Rightly so.
I didn't know it was that deep.
I feel mixed feelings about it. I'll be
I think
completely
you
honest.
shouldn't. But do you know what it is?
Go
It's
on,
because you'd had such strong views and voiced issues with the conflicts before. If you'd not, I would have been like,
That's just what
that's
you're on.
cool. Like some people are just about a bag. Like Travis Scott is gonna do shit with McDonald's till the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
But he hasn't said anything about what's going on.
Do you know
cool.
Do you know what it is, Demi? I feel like people, and we know this because we're not idiots, but people put so much faith into what celebrities say that they think everything they say is their word is bond.
Yeah.
So when they go back on their word, it's like, how could you? But the reality is, they don't even know about half the things that they're doing or posting or getting into business. And I'm not trying to justify what Stormzy's done, by the way. I think, again, you're right. He's an idiot for it. He shouldn't have spoke about it in the first place. But I think as consumers, we have to separate the celebrity and what they give us. The moment you start buying into the person, you've lost yourself, because they can turn around and say, yeah, fucking... Like Kanye.
Well, that's what. Kanye is a very powerful lesson for me, boy. Like that man's dead to me. I can't lie, but I hear what you're saying. Like,
so what exactly happened?
What do you mean?
For context sake, because
with the Stormzy thing
with McDonald's, because I don't know. I know that Stormzy and McDonald's it's a massive issue. I just don't know the actual.
So there's a Stormzy meal at McDonald's. Look at what we're getting upset at. A Stormzy meal at McDonald's. Right. So it's obviously in partnership with McDonald's. McDonald's have been known strong supporters of Israel, which unless you've been on a rock, that's not hot right now. Stormzy in the past has said he's with Palestine, free Palestine. Cool.
Right.
So now having a meal with McDonald's is nuts. I just don't know how anyone in his team even took a breather and said, yo, bro, not the time. Not the move to make. Because Deej was at an event and he said Stormzy got booed.
Leon Thomas, yeah. People, there's been mixed reports about that. Like some people, well, I've seen two videos. Funnily enough, one video where he's very clearly getting booed by the people in the back, and there's another video where you can't hear any boos. So it's almost like a, depends where you were in the crowd. But the fact that he even decided to come out after this has happened is a dance thing to do, because clearly people are not happy with you right now, bro. Why would you think it's smart to come out at this guy's performance, which everyone's looking forward to seeing? Like, get the fuck.
So I don't know. It seems like a rare misstep from him. Someone I still respect, and people are allowed to make mistakes and
of course.
wrong moves.
Absolutely.
So it's not even about needing to forgive him. I'm sure he himself is probably frustrated with the decision that he's made. But for someone who didn't really have a lot of missteps, it's a huge one. I feel for him, because it's a mistake anyone could make. But I feel like because you voiced your grievances with the conflict.
Can I ask an honest question?
Yeah, go on.
So people are upset about McDonald's and their involvement with Israel, right? I'm just asking because, again, I fully support what's happening in Palestine. I want to make that very abundantly clear. Like, we need to free Palestine 100%. Yeah. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah. But I just don't want people to do whataboutisms. How many other companies and establishments are involved that we are not even actively boycotting ourselves?
Too many.
That we should probably do, so that we are now looking at Stormzy and saying, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Should we not eat McDonald's anymore? Should we not buy a Panasonic TV? I don't know if Panasonic do anything.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
But you see what I'm getting at. Like, where do we draw the line? Because
and more time, some companies are paying both sides. They're paying for
I'm sure McDonald's are. I'm sure McDonald's are.
But do you know, I think to your point, yes, if we continue down that road, it'll get silly. The only issue Stormzy has is this was a bait company that people are boycotting to the point that I think McDonald's has lost billions because people have opted to boycott. Now, it's McDonald's. They're cool. Don't get me wrong. Then I don't know if they'll miss that money, but they are a known supporter to the point that, people are actively boycotting. So that's not the company I can use as an example, if that makes sense.
I just think as people, we should also look inwards and then look at what happens with celebrities, but then also question ourselves, be like, all right, well, if I'm angry at Stormzy for doing that, what am I doing? Now, Stormzy, obviously, the fact that he posted the picture and then archived it, you already shot yourself in the foot here. So I'm not gonna sit here and say like I feel sorry for Stormzy. He's clearly making wrong decision after wrong decision. And after seeing him at Leon Thomas, I realized, okay, no, you really are just making him. Yeah. You're making this really difficult for yourself.
And even trying to clean it up.
Yeah, I saw the statement yesterday. I mean, look, at the end of the day, like celebrities aren't perfect, but we should also
do due diligence.
I don't know how you could have a team around. But I don't know.
That's what I'm most shocked about. Yeah. You're right. His team are legit, and they're always on top, making him look so good. So it is a massive L for him. Because
I respect it. Like as a celebrity, it takes a good team to make things tick and work. I'm just shocked that this is a mistake that they made.
Yeah, it's shocking, really.
Yeah, but I guess just to conclude on Brave New World.
Oh yeah,
it's a good film. Go see it if you haven't seen it. They're overhating on it, is what I'll say.
Yeah, it's definitely getting overhate. I didn't love the post credit scene, which I won't talk about because I don't want to spoil it. But I wasn't a fan of that.
No, talk about it.
They just alluded to nothing. Like they were alluding to something, but they were alluding to nothing. So I was like, all right,
who's each other?
The most generic one going of all time.
Well, listen, Thanos would have done crazy numbers against the Avengers he can put together. I don't know what team is on the way. Sam, I'm begging you, take the serum. Look, I know this isn't real, but the shit's getting me mad.
His tech is hard though.
I don't give a fuck.
His tech is wavy.
Him not taking the serum is just infuriating me at every possible point. And this ain't.
Why doesn't he want to take the serum?
I don't know, because he's a good man. Listen, I'm taking that immediately.
Yo, give me double that.
Give
me 2 of those.
Yeah. I can't understand it, my guy.
Yeah, man.
Sam, please take the serum. Because whatever's coming is only going to get worse. You just about survived battling a Red Hulk. It's going to be Higgy Hagger when whatever's next happens.
Does fire come out of his mouth?
Nah, I didn't do all that.
It's a crazy mouth.
Crazy mouth. Favorite neck.
Pray for Paris.
Pray for Paris.
Alright, Main Chafford Podcast episode 276.
Oh God.
Music?
Chipmunk.
Oh yeah, that was fire. Oh, so good to see him not diss someone. What a relief.
Well.
Yeah, he was.
Well, it weren't. Do you know what?
It wasn't bait, but yeah.
You still think he's going out Storms?
Yeah. 100%, bro.
It was sneak dissing. It was better.
Yeah, his new track is out. Check it out.
Alright, sick. Oh, there's been a lot of good music recently, you know. I've had a good time the past few days. I'm gonna pick Shanghai Noon from Poser.
I'll give that a spin. I like Poser.
He put out an EP, it's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's decent still. Shouts out to
I think
Poser.
Gotta go with Drake Nokia. That if you wanna ask me what's the song I've had him repeat the most. Yeah, come on. Oreo Sound 2025. That was cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, now Nokia's that song.
Yeah,
that's gonna go double platinum at your wedding.
I'm gonna be off a beam. You know how Leo is popping and he's like
what's it? Oh, the Leo. Yes. I don't even know the human body could do that. So shout out to Leo one time.
And then Jonah Hill just comes in like yo, alright. Episode 277.
Did you say your song, man?
Oh yeah, I said my song.
What was it? Sorry,
Chip.
Oh, you did. My bad. Go on.
Alright, we out.